He catches him at the neck. Sometimes they'll let that go, sometimes they won't. Yeah, it's all ball, but right there, the body comes down. You got to call that. Just do.
That's 3 now on Keena Young. And here's Jones. First is good. 8 of 9 now from the stripe. 12 points on the night. Hits them both. 8 points, the lead for BYU. A lot of basketball to be played, and a hand on Ains. Brad Jones called for the foul, and that's number 4 on Jones.
Jones can't come out of this game.
Check it. Check it. It's 5 now. 5 now on Jones. He can't believe it.
Oh, that's huge. That is enormous. That's enormous. You know what? I have to think that if he wasn't keeping track of the fouls himself, that there's no way he would have hand checked like that.
You see
his mouth. That yeah, I thought I had 4. Well, so did you for a brief second. That's a huge loss. That's a huge loss. I was about to point out this is where BYU certainly misses Rashawn Broadus in terms of getting the ball up against the press. He was by far the quickest of the backcourt people. And I think that the Mountain West Conference teams that are scouting BYU are going to see this. And I'm guessing that in the second half of the season, even sooner, teams might be throwing presses on BYU a lot sooner than when they're behind for that very reason.
Broadus was not only good off of that dribble and breaking the press, but great defensively as well. They thought they'd miss him even more against these 2 speedy guards. Austin Ainge, who has stepped in to start in place of Rashawn Broadus, hits his first. And back to a 9-point lead here in the Marriott Center. With us on the mountain, along with Todd Christensen, James Bates. Got the whole mountain gang here, and well, the rest of the gang, they're up in Salt Lake City getting ready to go with the Air Force Falcons, the #1 team in the Mountain West Conference, and the Utah Utes, winless in the conference. And how about Brandon Ewing? There's a push coming up on Darren Brown after the bucket, however. So number 3 on the big senior.
Again, at this point, I don't know if this is necessarily a bad foul for this reason. The clock stopped. Place that hasn't exactly been nailing his free throws. And certainly, I'm not saying Brown thought all that out.
Well, he hits that one, 50% coming in from the free throw line. There's our tough man of the game with his 3rd foul. And stays at 50%. 1 of 2 on that trip for Plaisted. 2:30 to go now in this one. 9-point lead for the Cougars. Can they get 26 in a row here at home in the Marriott Center? Behind the back, Spencer. Kind of sketchy there, but he does give it off to Ewing. Brown will come over and try to set the pick, and hand check foul coming up to Mike Rose.
Well, again, at this point, Ewing does a great job of bumping and moving himself just enough that it looks like Rose is bothering him. And that's got to be frustrating for Rose because he's doing what he thinks he needs to do. But again, I come back to what I said earlier at the risk of being repetitive. It's when the clock is stopped, that's when the team catches up to you. You know, if he hits the 20-footer, then you go, okay, there you go. But if he's going to get free ones, that frustrates a coach. As someone once explained to me, that's why they're called that. Free throws.
Yeah, not when I step up there. Nothing free about it. By every one I hit.
Everyone's betting against you, right?
Yeah, we actually need to have a little contest. First one goes, second one doesn't though for Ewing. Rebound, Keena Young. 8 rebounds now for Young. Eight points the lead for BYU. 2 minutes. We go under the 2-minute mark now. Left in this one. Trying to work that shot clock are these Cougars. It's down to 10 now, and here goes Ainge down the lane, swatted away by Taylor. Picked up by Young, though. Another swat at it. The pass goes to Ewing. A turnover in Wyoming. Another chance to chip into it.
Bad decision by Young. He thought he had the open 3-pointer. Young needed to be selfish in that situation and shoot.
Kamard comes across the top, blocks Ewing, shot it, saved by Taylor, and a big three. Platt, the freshman, with a huge three. 5-point lead for BYU, 1:20 to go.
And this is wise on the part of Dave Rose to call timeout. They're unsure of what to do offensively. They don't know whether to attack the basket. They take some time off the 35-second clock. They're genuinely unsure here. That's a great job by the head coach seeing that.
The Mountain College basketball is brought to you by Dodge. Introducing the newest ride from Dodge, the all-new Caliber. It's anything but cute. By Sonic, it's not just good, it's Sonic good. And by Red Rock Golf Trail, it'll leave its mark. Oh, ripping the net there through those billboards, and Eric Platt just ripped a big three, the freshman.
You can see him there with the ice on his eye. He had a shine earlier, he caught an elbow. Big scrap here on the side, but Platt, calm as heck. Kamard with the block. Taylor gets the ball to Platt. He doesn't even think about it. Just measures it and drains the shot. That's awfully clutch for a true freshman that up to this point hasn't had a lot of playing time.
His 14th three of the season. Dermody, the redshirt freshman, hit a big three against UNLV. Guys taking advantage of all the playing time they get. So here we sit, a 5-point lead. BYU with the lead and the ball. Foul on Brandon Ewing, reaching in there on Ainge. Austin Ainge is 66.7% free throw shooter, and that's number 4 on the other guard.
And Ewing is frustrated for a variety of reasons. Not simply the 4th foul, but they were coming down. BYU had no offensive set. They didn't have anything going. It's kind of a bailout call, unfortunately, for Ewing. BYU catches a break.
First half of Ainge's trip to the line will fall. Austin Ainge now with 11. Tries to go perfect, a 6 for 6 from the line. It's 5 of 6. That one in and out. 6-point lead under a minute. Here's Ewing with the ball. The Mountain West Conference leading scorer loses the handle. The steal goes to Ainge.
And now Ewing has to be careful not to foul out here and be frustrated. That's a big play by Ainge.
Platt goes for the steal, and Kamard will take it to the hole. Good recovery by Taylor. And a great putback by the sophomore. Trent placed it. Goes up and tips it back in.
Again, offensive rebounds, the bugaboo. Both Young and Plaisted able to get other opportunities. Ewing goes off the glass for his 20th point, and they call a quick timeout. Again, there's a scramble defensively because of Kamard. Inevitably, when you go for a block shot, that leaves you a